Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We haven't had a video in almost 3 weeks now, and I could give you as many excuses as I can, but at the end of the day, it's just my fault. So here we go. Today's video will be about uncertainty. Now, I find this a very interesting topic, and I actually decided to, full on go and record it after my conversation with a friend today. Shout out to Luca, and yeah, let's dive straight into it. Now, what do I mean by uncertainty? The state of not knowing what's going to happen. And I believe this state creates a lot of anxiety in a lot of people, including myself. I think a lot of people my age are extremely uncertain about what they're going to do in the future, where they're going to be. I don't even know where I'm going to be next year. I don't know if I'm going to be staying here in London. I don't know if I'm going to be in the US. If I am going to be in the US, I don't know where I'm going to be in the US. So it's a lot of uncertainty, right? And that creates stress and anxiety. And I think a lot of us in this day and age live in this state of not knowing what's going to happen. Everything around us moves so quickly. There's so much progress being made around us in AI and technology, in arts, sort of everywhere. And a lot of the time, we have zero effect on it. And we're just kind of a bystander watching everything happen without any control over the situation. Now, even with that feeling of uncertainty of what's going to happen, where I'm going to end up, what I'm going to be studying, where I'm going to be working, I think it's important to maintain control of the things that you do have control over. Because there are a lot of factors that we simply can't control. Something might happen tomorrow and it'll completely change our life. And we can be in a different country in a week. We can be in a different country next year. We might think that we're going to spend the rest of our life in London. And the next thing you know, in a week, I have to move somewhere else. So just think about the things that you do have control over. What can you do right now that will stand with time? It won't change. And no matter what happens to you, you're still going to have these things under control. For example, many of us in high school didn't know what university we were going to get into or go. And I'm sure a lot of us applied to many different schools. Some may be close to home, some in entirely different countries, some on different continents. We didn't know where we were going to end up. We could have been planning to stay in the US and then got accepted into a school in London and had to move to London, as I'm sure it happened to many people. You still had a choice of where you wanted to go and you picked those schools. And what was the biggest factor in deciding that? Your time in high school, your extracurriculars, your grades. Those things were under your control and you directly contributed to getting into certain schools and possibly not getting into certain schools. Now, to summarize this video, I think it's important to remember that nothing is guaranteed. As much as you want something to happen, there's always a chance that it doesn't. And that will drive a lot of people insane. And it drove me insane. And it's still kind of driving me insane. But focus on the things that are under your control. Focus on the things that will help you get as close as possible to your goal. And even if you don't reach that goal, you're still somewhere in the vicinity of that goal. I agree, guys. There's nothing worse than sitting down and feeling like everything is out of control and you don't know what's going to happen. So focus on the things that are under your control and have a blessed day. Goodbye.
Я знаю твой телефон.